Santa Claus is not fake, and he's not just real. He's a literal functioning God. Let me explain. Not metaphorically, structurally. This is not a story about sentimental belief. It is a technical argument based on a metaphysical framework called the philosophy of order. According to this system, Santa Claus fits the structural definition of a god, a real metaphysically active entity. Let's define the term. So first we must kind of redefine spirit, though I'm using an old definition of spirit. In the philosophy, a spirit is not a ghost. A spirit is a structured set of attributes, a coherent pattern that gives something its identity. The spirit of a river, for example, it is not just the water simply. It is the pattern, right? The flow, the erosion, the constant movement, the life cycle of the ecosystem it supports. The pattern persists even as the water changes. Santa Claus, or Saint Nicholas, was a real man. He lived between 270 AD and 343 AD. The man was the vessel for a specific pattern of attributes, his spirit. When the man died, that pattern did not vanish. It was a form of information, and it begins to expand. So how does a pattern become a god? So the spirit of Saint Nicholas grew beyond its original vessel. It was a pattern so potent it attracted and absorbed other similar patterns, like the Norse myths of Odin, the Allfather, who flew across the winter sky, European folklore, right? The commercial icons that gave him a globally recognized form. The result was a super spirit, a sovereign pattern of belief influencing billions of minds across nations, generations, and cultures. When a spirit becomes sovereign over a domain of human experience and behavior, it becomes a post-civilizational god. To fully understand, you have to understand the axioms of this philosophy. One, that existence exists, and it cannot have an external cause. Then you have to understand that everything comes from a receptive and an active, or a matrix and a force. When the matrix and the force comes together, you get the abstract realm, potentiality, all the pattern. And through entropy and order, a spirit gets its structure, its physical form. Everything in nature is an expression of these principles. So once a spirit becomes a god, certain things happen. So people pray to them, letters to Santa containing desires and confessions. They get offerings, right? Milk and cookies. Divine judgment, the naughty and nice list, worship, carols, decorations, media, collective focus of billions of minds, that psychic energy. It creates a metaphysical contract. Every December, billions of people enter a ritual contract with a metaphysical entity. You give your children's belief to this entity, he gives them